David Wright, my name's Abraham, and we're doing 9 laps in the Porsche GT3, correct?
Sounds like a plan.
Outstanding. Now, you came out of the AMG,
Yeah.
and I'm going to let you know this car is amazing, but where it does differ from the AMG has that V8 bi-turbo system. This car doesn't have all that power. But where it makes up for it is in the corners. We're going to carry a lot more momentum as long as we're smooth through the corners.
Okay.
Steering wheel, we're going to be very smooth and precise. We don't want to jab at the wheel. We don't want to snap at the wheel. Very smooth and precise. If you're smooth and precise, you're going to notice the car is going to instill a lot of confidence in you, and you're going to be able to go faster. When we're out there, all 3 mirrors are for me. I'll take care of anything that comes up behind us. If we need to let a car by, I'm going to let you know ahead of time. I'm going to put a couple fingers up on the steering wheel. I'm going to turn the hazards on. That's going to let them know behind us they can pass. Once they pass, I remove my hand, remove the hazards, and the track is yours. Other way around, if we need to pass someone, we're going to wait for their hazards. Once we see those lights come on, it lets us know they see us, we can pass. Once again, my hand goes up on the steering wheel for safety and guidance. You provide a nice safe pass on the opposite side of the track. Once we're free and clear, my hand comes off and the track is yours once again. Did you want to do manual or automatic? Manual?
Manual's okay.
Alright. Right hand upshift, left hand downshift, just like the AMG. You already noticed this time the shifters move with you. Just how your hands are. Once we're out on track, I highly recommend you leave them like that because there are controls really close to the shifters. Do you have any questions before we start rolling?
What gear are we going to be in most of the time?
3 and 4. This car doesn't have a lot of power. It really, it's hard to push it up to 5th.
Okay.
Foot down on the brake.
Good.
We're going to go down and left into manual. Keep in mind the wheels are to the right. You're going to lead us forward and to the left, nice and easy, please. Bend left here, just like before. Stop right before that stop sign so we don't get in the path of the drifter.
Yeah, this feels a lot different than the other cars.
Stop here. We're going to let one Lamborghini by and one Ferrari 488. Go ahead and lead us out straight ahead to the right. One upshift. As we maneuver left, just like before, we're aiming for that far green cone. Light brakes straight ahead, release those brakes, wait for it. Want to use all that track, turn in. Squeeze that throttle. Unwind back out to the left, squeeze that throttle all the way down, hold it down. Let the engine wind out. Upshift. And brakes. Downshift once. Stay to the left. Now release those brakes, turn in. We're aiming for that second green cone. Squeeze that throttle, squeeze it. Unwind back out to the left. And brakes. Begin to release those brakes, turn in. You want your eyes up to the next corner, squeeze that throttle. Back over to the right. Light brakes. Turn in now. Squeeze that throttle. Back over left. Squeeze that throttle nice and smooth. And brakes. Wait for it, stay to the left. Now wide entry. Now turn it tight. Squeeze that throttle down and unwind the steering wheel just a touch. Back to the right. Light brakes for balance. Wait for it. Oh, turn in too early. Squeeze that throttle. Throttle. And brakes. Now turn in, release those brakes. Eyes through your corner, squeeze that throttle. Unwind the steering wheel just a touch. Upshift. Downshift once, release those brakes, now turn it, aim for that second green cone, squeeze that throttle, unwind back out to the left, and brakes, release those brakes nice and easy, turn in, eyes up, squeeze that throttle, eyes up here, yep, squeeze that throttle back to the right, and brakes, now turn in, more turn in, squeeze that throttle, back to the left, and smooth brakes. We're going to stay on the outside. We've got a GTR behind us. So we're going to let them by on the inside. Squeeze that throttle down. Squeeze that throttle back to the right. They didn't turn their hazards on. Light brake. Turn in. Squeeze that throttle. Brakes in a straight line. Eyes in. Turn in. Release the brakes. Eyes through your corner. Roll on that throttle. Unwind that steering wheel. Upshift. And brakes. brakes, turn in nice and smooth. Second green cone, squeeze that throttle. Unwind the steering wheel. And brakes. Begin to release those brakes. Turn in, more turn in, get in there, get on that paint, squeeze that throttle. Back over to the right. And brakes. Wait for it, now turn in, turn all the way in, squeeze that throttle. More throttle, more throttle. And brakes. Wide entry. Now turn in tight. Now roll on that throttle. And back to the right. Light brakes. Wait for it. Now turn in. Squeeze that throttle. Brakes in a straight line. Brakes. Eyes in. Turn in. Release those brakes. Release. Squeeze that throttle. Balance the car out. Unwind the steering wheel.
Thanks.
Upshift. And brakes. Downshift. Release the brakes. Don't turn in too early here. More turn in. Squeeze that throttle. I'm going to show you next time around how to really nail that corner, all right? Stay to the left and smooth brakes. A little bit more brakes. Release those brakes. Turn in. Eyes up to the next corner. Eyes up here. Roll on the throttle. Back to the right. Brakes. Wait for it. Turn in to the left. More turn in. Squeeze that throttle. More throttle. More throttle. And brakes. Remember, wide entry. There we go. Now tight to the right. Wait for it. Now squeeze that throttle down. Very good. Stay in that throttle. Feed it back to the right. Light brakes. Now release. Turn in. Squeeze that throttle. Brakes in a straight line. Let's not hit that bump. Turn in. Turn all the way in. Release the brakes. Turn all the way in. Squeeze that throttle. Upshift. And brakes. Downshift once. Release the brakes. Now squeeze that throttle. Smooth. And brakes. Release the brakes. Turn in. Get on that red and white paint. Squeeze that throttle. Look for the next corner. Back to the right. Smooth brakes. Now turn all the way in. Get on that red and white paint. Roll on that throttle. Feed it. Feed it. Keep accelerating. Smooth brakes. A little bit more brakes. Now wide entry. Turn in tight. Wait for it. Now squeeze that throttle down and unwind just a touch. Boom. Now back to the right. Light brakes. Don't turn in early. Turn now. Squeeze that throttle. Brakes in a straight line. Now turn in. More turn in. Squeeze that throttle. Unwind that steering wheel. Let the car drive. Upshift. And brakes. More brakes. More brakes. Downshift. Turn in. Remember, turn all the way in. Get down there. Squeeze that throttle. Roll it through. Unwind back out to the left. And brakes. Eyes in. Turn in. Release those brakes. Turn in. Squeeze that throttle. Nice aggressive throttle. Back to the right. Use the throttle. Pushes to the right. Brakes. Now turn in. More turn in. Roll into that throttle. Feed it. Faster. Faster. And brakes. Remember, wide entry. A little bit slower. Now turn in. More turn in. There you go. Squeeze that throttle down. Very good. Back to the right. And slow it down. We're going to do one cool down lap. So we're going to stay to the right because you're doing 9 laps. We're going to stay to the right. We're going to do about 45 miles an hour. No brakes. Just stay tight to the right. So what do you think so far, David?
I think that's pretty. I'm nowhere near what the limits are, but it's fun.
So the way we're going to approach this next one, here, because we have the track to ourselves, I'm going to take the wheel for a second, and I'm really going to show you the lines we want to roll on. So we're going to stay about 45 miles an hour. Over here, when we get to this cone, pass it, then turn in.
Yeah.
Then we're looking for that. Once we see it within our view, eyes up, looking for the exit, squeezing down, rolling out onto the short straight, boom. For this one, slow us down to about 45. We don't want to be on that paint because we lose traction on there. So we come in a little early, about half a second early, come in, clip this, eyes are already up there looking for that corner. When we're here, we're actually scanning through the corner. We're going to stay to the right because we have a Mercedes coming out. Now this is the trickiest corner. Right here, watch this.
Sorry.
You're all good. We're going to stay tight to the left, then roll in wide, then tight.
Yeah.
Once we can get that in our view, roll in the throttle, and it takes us right out. Go ahead and speed us back up, back to business. Hold on. release the throttle, turn in, throttle, and brakes, brake hard, release, turn in, roll into that throttle. There you go. Now unwind just a touch, upshift, and brakes, downshift once, and release, turn in. We can go in a little bit smoother, a little bit more speed. Squeeze that throttle. And brakes, stay off that paint. Release the brakes. Now turn in, more turn in. Eyes up to the next corner, roll into that throttle. There it is, squeeze it. Back to the right. Light brakes, wait for it. Now turn all the way. Get in there, squeeze that throttle, roll on that throttle. Keep accelerating. Back to the left. And brakes. Remember, this corner is all about patience. Turn in. Now turn in tight, squeeze that throttle, roll it in. Very good, unwind the steering wheel. Back to the right. Light brakes, wait for it, now turn in, squeeze, and brake hard, Turn in, more turn in. Roll in that throttle, unwind back out to the left. Upshift. And brakes, more brakes, downshift once. Now turn all the way in, broad turn in, aim for that green cone, eyes looking for your exit, squeeze that throttle. There it is. Back to the left. And brakes. Wait for it, turn a little early, more turn in, release the brakes, squeeze the throttle. Back over to the right, push it back to the right, exactly. Brakes, wait for it, now turn in. Easy on that throttle, don't get too brave, that's why. Brakes, more brakes. Wide entry, patience. Now turn in, see it, roll the throttle, unwind just a touch, and back to the right. Light brakes, turn in, squeeze, very good, and brakes, brake hard. Roll into the turn, now get on that throttle, unwind, come into the unwind. Upshift. And brakes, downshift once, roll off the brakes, turn in, aim for that second green cone. Now look, squeeze that throttle, look for your exit. And brakes, wait for it, turn in a little early, get off that brake, turn in, squeeze that throttle, eyes up here, squeeze that throttle, back to the right, much smoother. Brakes, don't turn in early, now turn in all the way in. Now roll in that throttle, and slow it down, that's 9 laps. Well, David, what'd you think?
I think that's awesome.
Beautiful car, isn't it?
I'm in, right?
Yes, sir. Perfect. So we're gonna make a left, follow the wall.
It's way different than the other car.
A lot more compliant, huh? That's one of the biggest. Follow the white wall. We'll make a right after the Porsches. One of the biggest hard parts about the job. Turn right here. Is getting used to all different types of driving. Turn right here. Stopping right before that reflector on the ground. Go forward, and stop here. Up
Thanks
park,
for your
steering
patience.
wheel all the way to the right. There you are. You can leave it running. Alrighty, David, when you're all said and done, get this video processed to the video desk.